Welcome everybody, this is a video about two legendary diving watches. On the left you've got the Seiko Marinemaster, which is reference SBDX017, and on the right you've got the Tudor Pelagos left hand drive. So I thought what I'd do is I would talk a little bit about each aspect of each watch. Because although both watches have been documented on YouTube and the internet very well, I'm not sure that both of them have been seen together. And you know, they are both diving watches, so I thought I would compare them. So the Marinemaster is stainless steel with a titanium bracelet, sorry, a titanium buckle. And the Tudor is titanium with a stainless steel case back and stainless steel buckle or clasp. So I thought I'd have a look at the bracelets first. The Marinemaster has a pretty nice bracelet. People mention about the links being really long on it. I personally quite like that aspect of it. It's a solid bracelet, and let me move that out of the way. It's very comfortable. It also has a really nice feature, which is the ratcheting expansion, and to activate that you just undo that catch and push that, and that opens it up. I'm not a diver, but that's primarily for diving use, to extend it over a wetsuit. But it's also handy if on a hot day your wrist is expanding a bit. You can just give it a little bit of breathing space. It's one of those things about Seiko bracelets, you either love them or hate them. They are what they are, their form and function, they do a good job. I did have the previous version of this, as you'll see on some of my other videos, the SBDX001, which has got small differences to this newer version. Basically the Prospex logo on the crown on the newer one, a better Lume and MEMS technology, which is internally. So yeah, that's the Marinemaster bracelet. Then you've got the Tudor Pelagos or Pelagos bracelet, which is probably one of my favourite bracelets on a watch of all time. It really is supremely comfortable, and it's got one of the coolest features on a watch strap I've seen, which is this extension piece here. If you look behind, you'll see two springs. If you put it onto that setting, you'll see that the strap contracts and expands. Which is quite a comfortable feature actually. You've got the 3 micro adjustments there as well. It also, you can see the Tudor logo there, and also one of the features that's really good about this is, see those white ball bearings there? They're ceramic. And you can see them inside too. There. As I understand it, Tudor tested these on a machine tens of thousands of times, and at the end of the test measured no damage or difference to the materials. So hopefully they'll last pretty long. So that's the Pelagos bracelet, titanium. Next I thought I'd talk about the cases of the watches, and on the Seiko Marinemaster you've got a monocoque case, which is a one-piece big block of stainless steel with no case back. It's quite an interesting shape and feel to it. Look at the finishing on that, it really is quite exquisite. If anybody feels that Seiko watches are just cheap and aren't worth the money, you know, you don't realise they do cheaper watches, they do more expensive ones. The finishing level on this watch is very, very high quality, and easily worth the money. It really is a beautiful watch. So yeah, the case, it wears a lot smaller than the dimensions on paper look. It's quite a heavy watch, but when you wear it you get used to it very quickly, and it is very, very comfortable. So that's the case. As you can see, it's got drilled lugs, which makes changing straps really, really easy. I do like wearing NATO straps or NDCstraps, as you can see in the background there. So that's the Marinemaster case. Here's the Tudor Pelagos case, which is another work of art. Titanium with a helium escape valve, which of course the Marinemaster doesn't need because it hasn't got a case back, so the movement actually has to come out the front. The bezel and the glass comes off and the movement all comes out from there. Because it doesn't have a case back, it doesn't need a helium escape valve. So this watch has got the helium escape valve, the seals around the glass crystal and the crown, but on the Marinemaster you've only got the crown seal and the crystal seal. This is such a nicely machined piece of case back. Really is a beauty, so comfortable. The next thing I thought I'd talk about briefly is the bezel action, which is something which people always comment on watches. I do like a nice bezel action, so here's the Seiko Marinemaster. Very smooth, very precise, easy to grab onto, and luckily I got one that lines up. My first generation Marinemaster didn't line up, which is unbelievable for a approximately £2,000 watch, although I just heard they charged £3,000 for this in the Seiko boutique. I certainly didn't pay anywhere near that. The bezel action is really, really good on that watch. The bezel action on the Tudor Pelagos is also exceptionally good, and probably my favourite on any watch ever. No back play at all, just so crisp and purposeful. It's got the feature that when you reach 12 it's got a slightly harder notch, so you know that it's gone to the 12. People try and show this, but it's very difficult to show unless you feel it, but it does have a definite stop at 12. Really nice bezel action. Just different to the Marinemaster, but both exceptional bezel action. The next thing is the movements. So the Seiko's got an 8L35 movement, which is an undecorated Grand Seiko based movement, and I have to say that the smoothness of the second hand really is quite amazing. The Tudor's got the in-house movement as well. And if you compare the smoothness of these movements, the Seiko is definitely smoother. But they're both pretty smooth. So in case anyone's interested, the size of the cases, firstly the Pelagos, including the crown, showing a 45.6. Without the crown it's just over 42. The Marinemaster with the crown is 47.2, and without is 43.7, 43.5. Lug to lug on the Pelagos, just under 50, and on the Marinemaster just over 50. Case thickness on the Marinemaster is 15, and on the Pelagos 14.5. So next I thought I'd do a Lume shot. Now, after owning many watches in my lifetime, I have to say that the Pelagos Lume is probably the best I've ever had, and I've had a few good Seiko watches with good Lume. But this new version of the Marinemaster, the Lume is amazing. Just look at that. Both excellent Lume. Well, that just about wraps it up. Just to show a pair of these watches. It's funny, I had the first version, as I said, of the Marinemaster, and I had to sell it to buy the Pelagos left-hand drive. I find myself able to buy the Marinemaster back because I missed it, and it feels like I've got an old friend back now that I won't let go again. It really is a favourite watch of mine. These two watches, I think, are my watch sweet spots, my favourites. If you haven't seen a Marinemaster in real life, then it's difficult to appreciate it. There's been many videos made about it, and people always mention that it just is a stunning watch, and it really is. So if you get a chance to go and look at one, then go and have a look. Just one last look at the movements before I switch off. Thanks for watching.